Hi Scorpio, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Scorpio is your intuitive, healing, tarot reading and Reiki session for the time between the 25th of July and the 8th of August. I'm going to draw some cards. The first row is going to relate to the last week of July. The second row is going to relate to the 8th for the first week in August. Now, to receive your Reiki at a distance, it's very straightforward. Your session, I've already completed it. And it will be activated during the course of this video. If you're not sure about Reiki, you don't know what it is, you don't know how it works, you want to make sure you receive your your healing session, I produced a little video for you. I posted that on Tuesday, the 23rd. So I'm sure many of you have watched it, but if you haven't, watch this, and then obviously I'll link it at the end and you can go and watch that Reiki video to ensure that you get your session. Okay, my darlings? I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started with your readings, okay? Okay, my darlings. So these are your readings. These are your July and August, and these are your key energies and outcomes for this time period. Your card at the base of your reading is the Four of Swords. Number 4 in the fourth house in astrology is related to our family, our roots, where we come from, and our foundations, our security. And the sword energy is about our thoughts, our mind, our clarity, our consciousness and our communication, what we say and think and what we allow ourselves to say and think. So this is why we call this card the meditation card. This is seeking solitude almost to understand, to come into awareness. So seeking solitude to come into awareness of your thoughts, of your ideas, of your perspectives. That's why they call this card the meditation card, because of the fourth house and the sword energy. Okay, so let's have so it seems that there's going to be some time that you're going to take to consider, to work out, to understand, to come into that awareness of. That's what this time seems to be about. So what is it that you're trying to understand? Because that's what it seems like. You're trying to understand something. So let's have a look at what you're trying to understand. So let's have a look at some of your key experiences. This is your first one. We'll look at this one right at the end. Key experiences then. Justice. Okay, so wow. Okay, so some of you, this could be in a literal sense. You know, it could be in a literal sense. You're seeking justice. You feel, maybe some of you, or you think you're suspicious of somebody, of something, of a situation that's going on in your life. You're suspicious of somebody. You're suspicious whether someone's telling you the truth. You're suspicious if this person's being honest, if this person's cheating on you. You're suspicious of that. You're not sure. There's also a thing about confidence as well. There's an uncertainty about your confidence, Scorpio. You're lacking confidence in a specific area. That will be for you to understand. You will know what that means. We all, generally speaking, every single person on the planet lacks confidence in a specific area. However, this is something that's been playing on your mind, or that's something that you want to address specifically over this time period. The justice energy is also number 11, 1-1. So it talks about new opportunities, new commitments, commitment to a new truth, commitment to a new clarity, for example. There is an element of defensiveness with this energy as well. So it might be that if someone asks you straight up. If someone says to you, okay, well, why are you worried, or why are you feeling, keep isolating yourself, you might be defensive in your response to that person, for example. So that's what I mean about being defensive. It might be that you might be like, instead of just saying, I'm uncertain, I'm unsure, I need to take some time out so I can understand it, you might just be, oh, bloody hell, you don't know what you're talking about, you go away, or whatever. Does that make sense? So that's what I mean about defensiveness. So there's an experience sort of balance that's trying to come through for you. So there's an energy of balance that's trying to come through for you guys over this next couple of weeks, and that balance, that healing is brought about by your awareness. So let's have a look at this first week and see maybe what some of the things are that you're interacting with. Okay, so we've got this first week, we've got this two, I nearly said the second, the Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, that High Priestess, and the Two of Cups. Wow. So we've got 1 here, which is 2, obviously, and we've got 2 here, and we've got 2 here, and we've got 2 here. So even though this is 11, ultimately we've got 4 2s here, and we've got this. This is wow. It's interesting because there's a commitment that you're making to 2 things. You're committing to yourself, to the truth of who you are, to the truth of what you know, what you think, what you feel. You're making a commitment to that, but you're also committing to other things in life, i.e. a person, a future, a decision. You're accounting for a lot of, you're taking into account a lot of information. You're taking into account a lot of signs and symbols and all that type of stuff. You're taking all that into account before you take an action, before you take a step, or as you act, as you step, because actually it's quite an active month for you, in a sense that you're going to want to be decisive. You're going to want to do something. And it could be in regards to a relationship, first of all, but it could be anything. So I'm going to talk about all these energies as they apply to you, okay? So the Two of Wands, as I said, 2 is about commitment, blah, 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 partnerships, duality, all that sort of stuff. The Wand energy is our life force, our ki, or our chi, the thing that motivates us, the thing that moves us, the thing that animates us, the thing that makes us feel excited. This is that energy that's what the Two of Wands really represents. And it represents an opportunity to go towards something. It represents an opportunity to embrace or experience new experiences based on, there's a feeling that you've had, you've been in a way, your mind has, I'm drawn to this card. It's as if your mind or your energy has been pulled in a different direction. Your intuition has been pulling you in a direction. And it might be one that might be ill-advised, i.e. people might not agree with it, or it might be hard to explain. Not that you would explain, because you're a Scorpio. You wouldn't explain until you knew what you were going to do. But it's like there's been a sense of reconstructing your reality. It's like you've been, the word augmenting reality came to mind, but augmented reality is a technical term, a special effects technical term, isn't it? Augmented reality. It's like it's not, but pretend it's reality TV. It's like, recreating a reality. You are sort of in a place where you're trying to change your reality, or you're trying to, it's not change, it's not like, there's been new information, and I talk about information in a sense of this card here, the High Priestess, in that spirituality, esoteric, the known unknowns in our life, dreams and fate and karma and intuition. And I talk about we don't there's many things about those things that we do not know, but we know that they exist. The signs, the symbols, the repeating numbers that you've been seeing, and it's as if there's like you're being pulled in a direction that sort of accounts for those aspects of life. It's asking you to listen to have not faith as in like, believe in God, not faith like that. Faith in a sense, well, maybe for some people actually, but a faith in the sense of an inner knowing, a trust. There's a sense that everything's going to be fine, everything's going to work out beautifully, but you not really understanding why, but you just knowing that everything is going to be fine. And therefore, because you know that everything in your life, even though it's hard and difficult and challenging potentially for some of you, you know that this is real and that this is where you're meant to be and that this is appropriate for your experience right now. You feel that on some level. And you're in July, in a way, wanting to make some sort of commitment or wanting to make some sort of, not change, but an act or something. It might be a conversation. It might be a Facebook post, for example. It could be anything, but it's something that in a way cements the learning that you have been, and I mean spiritual learning, the learning that you have been encountering over the last few months. I'll leave that there because it's quite... There's another reading, I can't remember which sign it is, but the reading came out so spiritual. It was Leo and Aries. Leo's specifically, very spiritual reading, and I feel like it's a very... So if you've got Leo in your chart somewhere, maybe watch that reading as well. If you're dating a Leo, maybe watch that reading as well. Something. There's a sense, there's an energy for you guys, for you Scorpio, of sort of a new information makes you want to act and behave in a different way. Now, I talk about the new information as being spiritual. You keep seeing signs, 444, 111, 222, whatever. You keep seeing the same bird every day, or whatever it is. You keep seeing feathers, whatever. So I talk about that information. I mean in that, it could be in that sense, and it will be in that sense. It's as if some of you are waking up that aspect of yourself, that part of yourself, your spirituality, your intuition is awakening or is reawakening. And it's subtle, but you're starting to hear it and to notice it. For others of you, it will be actual things, so real secrets that have been revealed, and new information that's actually come to you in the real world, and that actually is something that it gives you pause for thought and actually wants to make you live out your life in a different way. I hope that makes sense. It's quite I'm grasping because it's very subtle. It's very subtle, the energy, in a sense that it's this energy, and when we get messages, people think, if you've ever watched Medium, I loved Medium with Patricia Arquette. I love her. I love Medium. I love that program. And she sees dead people basically, and she, and I think that's what you think, because the films and TV, they have to show us something that we can see, so we can, engage in what's going on. But in reality, when you have psychic experiences or intuitive experiences, or you speak to dead people or whatever, like Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Henry, the guy on E, he does readings, doesn't he? Medium for readings for celebrities. And you'd think, because of what you see on television, when you watch programs like Medium, when you watch programs, films about ghosts and stuff, you'd be forgiven for thinking that's what it's like to experience it. So when you see it, if you saw a spirit of someone who passed over, you'd imagine it would be like it is on films, and it isn't like that. And it isn't. It's just not like that. It isn't like that. It's real. It's as real, though, as I am here. You know what I mean? It's as real as that, but it's not the same as you see on television. And I'm sort of grasping, because it's like that you're learning, some of you, brand new skills and listening to brand new aspects and parts of yourselves and responding to those things. And they're actually changing what you do in the world. These inklings, these knowings, these intuitive nods, they're actually changing your actions. And it could be in relation to a relationship, to a commitment, whether that's with an earth sign, a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it doesn't have to be. It could be, or whether it's someone who you've already had a connection with, who you have a love for, maybe there's some sort of, shared dream, you're dreaming like that person, whatever it is. But actually what's happening is that you're wanting to respond to it in a way that you haven't usually, in a way that you haven't before. You're wanting to respond to these inklings, these knowings. For other people, it's, as I said, it's actual things that were hidden in the past, are now, you now know them as you approach this time, 25th of July. You've now a secret's been revealed, or a judgment has been made. And now it's time to not change, but adjust your approach, adjust what you do, adjust your actions. And that's, as I said, it's all about your awareness. It's all about understanding this information, whether it came as a dream, or whether it, I didn't see that, it stayed face down, whether it came as a dream or whether it came as a conversation. That awareness is actually shifting your actions. We'll move on to these two cards now, because otherwise I'll be here all day. We've got the King of Pentacles, so this is active. So Pentacles energy, active because it's masculine. The Queens are feminine, passive, and that means that we try to understand what is within, whether it's within our thoughts, our minds, whether it's within our hearts, whatever it is. The masculines are about taking action toward the things that we want, toward the things that we know, toward the things that we desire. The King of Pentacles, Pentacles energy is where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest our security. So the King of Pentacles is about taking action toward manifesting your security, doing things that are decisive, that will help you to build long-lasting security. And as I said, it's because there's new information that's coming to you, whether that's from external sources, or whether that's from dreams, or the universe, or God, or whatever it is. There's other information now that's playing a part, that's playing a role in the actions that you're taking toward the things that you want manifested in the world. And I don't want to keep going back, but anyway, because I'm going to be here all day. And then we have the Two of Cups. So it could be this is for shorthand, the soulmate card. I've explained what number 2 means, and the Cups is about our emotions and our intuition and our inklings and our emotional world and our emotional processes. So there's an element, there's a sense of, as I said, a commitment to this new way of thinking, this new way of understanding, this new way of feeling, these new messages, these new gifts, intuitive gifts that you are getting for some of you. For others of you, this is about a love. This is about love, someone that you love. Maybe you've been single for some time. Maybe you've been separated from somebody. Whatever it is, I don't know. But there's love. There seems to be an energy of wanting to adjust your approach to a relationship, a past relationship, a commitment, a job. You want something that you care about, something that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that you're wanting to recommit to it, you're wanting to go toward it, you're wanting to act, and you acting on it is because of something else that's happened, a judgment that's come through, or a secret that's been revealed, or a dream that you had. It's like that. And I know that sounds strange, but it's going to happen for you guys anyway. Because these are the things that, regardless of the events that unfold, these are the energy and the experiences that you will have. So, and when we see this amount of 2s, it means there's other things or other people encroaching on your decisions, on your actions, on the things that you want, on your perspective. So there's other people, and by that we mean it could be a people, it could be a job, but it's more likely to be a person, someone that you love, or someone that loves you, and could be a partner, could be a family member, it could be a friend. But it's as if this could be a spirit guide. could be a spirit guide for some people with these two energies. So, but it's something that, as I said, with all these number 2s and these 11s, it's something that is making you adjust your approach toward people, toward a situation. Okay, so let's have a look at as we move into August. So we've got the 8 of Wands. I saw that earlier, actually. The 8 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, below the King of Pentacles. Wow. So for some people, it could be a commitment, a new form of commitment, new marriage, or deciding to marry somebody out of the blue, which would be strange, but that's what it, well, not necessarily strange. That's just seems like that instant sort of thing. We've got the 3, yeah, I just said the marriage thing. I mean, it does just have that sense. This might be upside down. There we go, because it fell. And the Ace of Wands. So it does feel, I mean, I know it's that, you know, it sounds odd when I say a recommitment. It's like you're recommitting to, or you're adjusting your approach to something or someone that has existed in your life for some time. And the reason you're adjusting your approach is either because of spiritual guidance, spiritual influx, a dream that you have, you keep seeing their name on signs, an esoteric sign, or a judgment. So something that's a judgment that either directly or indirectly affects you and that person. So it could be, for example, that you're seeing that you are dating somebody who was married. You found out that they were married, you stopped dating them, you stopped seeing them. Then the divorce comes through, for example, and now you can recommit to each other. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. It could be nothing like that for you as an individual, but those themes, those ideas of recommitting to. So, for example, like me, I'm not a Scorpio, but say, for example, this is my job, I do this now. I used to be a teacher. And it could be that, like, over the last month or 2 months or 3 months or whatever, or over the last, I keep getting these messages, these urges. In fact, I do actually. I keep getting these messages, these urges. You must go back to school. You must go back to school. You must go back and teach in schools. And even though I'm doing my job and I love my job, Kiwis and Tarot, I actually listen to that message and decide to go back to school and to be a teacher again. Does that make sense? So it could be, so you apply the themes as it stands, but there's a recommitment here and there's an establishing of a dynasty. I don't know where that word came from, but that just came out as an establishing of a dynasty. So for some of you, it's families. For some of you, it could be you've broken up with someone, you want to get back with them. I don't want to talk about love necessarily because I'm going to do a love reading for all the signs, and I'll do a reading for August as well for you guys. But this is the influx of, this is the message, the influx, 8 of Wands. This is incoming message, incoming energy. This is incoming energy. So we've got new karmic cycles with the number 8, and with the 8 of Wands, we've got this new energy coming in. And that's why people talk about it could be out of the blue. You've not spoken to somebody for a while, then they contact you or you contact them. You knew they were going to contact you, you could feel it, and they contact you. This is that influx of information that's coming through, the influx of energy that's coming through, new karmic energy coming through. So this is why it's not a change, it's a shift or an adjustment to the current circumstances, if that makes sense. I know I'm being picky with my language choice, but change is not the word. It's a shift or an adjustment, and it's brought about by other information, and that information, as I said, coming from a number of different sources, depending on what your individual life. But what happens because of this information and this shift, what happens is an establishment of a new foundation, of a new family, of a new way of living, of a new way of existing, of a new way of interacting that is abundant and secure for you, that makes sense for you, that is rewarding for you. This is the energy that I'm feeling, that I'm picking up on. And this is what, I mean, this is the 10 of Pentacles. So, beneath the King of Pentacles. So some of you are, just imagine if this was your love reading. I know all those people that love Scorpios, and that you love a Scorpio, or you're a Scorpio, you live something else, and you love a Capricorn, for example, or an Earth sign. You're like, oh my gosh, this is such a good reading. And it is, but all the energies all relate to you, okay? So we could look at this as a love reading, as a recommitment, as a marriage, as a coming together, as a re-coming together, as getting back together with somebody. you know, we could look at this reading as that, because we have this energy of love and of security and of manifested security. But there's something, I feel like holding my head in my hands almost. It's like, it's not clear why that happened. Well, it is clear why, because as I said, there's an influx of energy that comes in. But for you, it's almost like the certainty that you feel, 240, if always about foundations, the certainty that you feel is brought about because of, you know, it's like the certainty that you feel, right, you would never get back with them, but now you're going to get back with them. You didn't think you would do this job, but now you want to do this job. It's like you feel a level of certainty, and the reason you feel this certainty is because of the universe, like because of like this universal energy, or your angel, or a dream that you had, or these visions that you keep having, for example. I know that sounds random, but that's how it is. That's how it's coming through. And the thing about this is, but these things are manifested. When we see Pentacles energy, we know that these things are manifested. So the Pentacles energy is where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. Number 10 is the beginning, number 1, of a new opportunity. 0, the beginning for a brand new, abundant, secure, manifested way of life and way of living. It could be with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or that just could be how you're feeling. It could be you taking action, masculine, taking action toward creating that. And not only creating that, there's opportunity, there's real stuff available, there's real magic available. There's magic available to you, Scorpio. And that's, and I don't want to say transformative, but that really shifts the things for you. These next couple of weeks really shift things for you. And there's cooperation from not only the universe, one of my favourite cards in the deck, I love this card, not only the universe, but from the people around you, or the person that you want, or the job that you want. There's like, it's like, you know, that's happened to me before. This has happened to me before. Where, let me give you an example. So I was really feeling not, oh no, that's 2. It's happened twice. In fact, I'll tell you about my car. Oh my God, yeah. So, no. Let me tell you the first example, the job. I was feeling properly spent. This was like when I finished university. So I did university, 3 years uni, and then I worked for about 4 years, and then before I became a teacher. So, I'd graduated, obviously, my university. I'd finished at 21. And I was like feeling really like, I was working part-time in a bookies. That was my job when I was a student. And I had the day off. So it was a Thursday, I had the day off. And I was like, oh my God, like, I needed to find, because I didn't want to work at William Hill's for like ever. I wanted to get a proper job. You know, I've finished university, I need to get a full-time job. And I was like, oh my God, I can't be bothered with this life, And for some reason, it was like the paper just like opened up at this job. It just like fell. It was like magic. It's like fell at this page, and there was a job advertised. This is years ago now, isn't it? A job advertised in this paper. So I read the thing. I rang up and they give me an interview over the phone, like, you know, a phone interview. And then they said, right, you're going to come down. Anyway, I got the job eventually. You know, I had more interviews, got the job. That type of event. It's like serendipity. It's like, that's the universe communicating. That's the universe helping you. And it's kind of like that. It's like, oh, I didn't know. I was just like chilling one day. Then the universe opened the newspaper. I responded, and then I got the job. You know, it was like, wow, they're like me. I wasn't even really looking that hard, and I just got this job this day. So it's like that. That's an example. It could be anything for you as an individual, but that's an example. And it's like everyone is working with you. The universe is working with you. Your friend, your family, or the person that you want, or whatever, is working in conjunction with you. And it seems like this was not what it was like a month ago. Why is things working so well now? Why are things working so well now? This is strange. And it does feel strange, but it's 100% exactly right where you should be. I'm coming back to this energy here, the like one at the base of the reading, which is about you being engaged with that feeling though. So if you're feeling like, whoa man, this is weird, like why, you know, how do I feel like this, what should I do? You know, should I accept the offer? Should I go for that person? Whatever it is, this is saying to you, take that time to listen to your, your soul, your voice, those esoteric messages, however you're getting them. Take that, let me just have a drink of water, sorry. Take that time to listen, to respond, to try to listen and to hear the things, the messages that you're getting, and if it's a word, you know, if it's a judgment or or someone tells you something, take that time to absorb that information and meditate on that information. Okay, the last card here before we come to your outcomes is your Ace of Wands. So again, this new beginning, isn't it? And it could be a new beginning in a love relationship, so one that is, or in a love situation. So if you've been single for a long time, I always use the same example. You've been single for a long time, this is like the injection of actually wanting to I won't say that. Wanting to get back out there and get involved. The feeling of new opportunities coming towards you. You know, it might be that you dream about meeting somebody. That happened to me as well. Oh my God. Dream about somebody, what was his name? Phil? He wasn't called Phil, but anyway, let's say Phil. You dream about meeting someone called Phil, and then the next day you go to the coffee shop and you meet someone called Phil. And you're not going to fall in love with this guy, but it was just like, oh my God, that was so weird, because I just had a dream that I was going to meet someone called Phil. And it's not someone that you would ever consider dating necessarily. But do you know what I mean? So it's that type of energy. And you're feeling it. You're noticing it. You're responding to it. So it's interesting how we have, look, 1, 2, 4, 6. You've got 4 there. You've got 2, 4. You've got 3 2s. You know, you've got all this energy of new coming in, new commitments. You know, new ideas, new relationships potentially for some people. New situations. So let's have a look at your outcome. This is your last card. It's 7:41, and I'm going to go walk tiny in a minute. So this is what and of course, why would you not be? You know, but the fear, the PTSD card, the trauma card. So this means if it's I call this the PTSD card in shorthand, because post-traumatic stress, because you've been through a situation that left you feeling traumatized, and now a similar situation is arising, and the similar situation makes you address the walls that you've had up, and makes you address the things that previously occurred. And so I'm not surprised to see this. It's like, as I said, you've been in a certain situation for a long time. Now that situation's changing, and you feel that it's right. You sense that it's right. You want to take that action, that step, because you know it's going to bring you security, except you are afraid. When I talk about the key energies, key is in KI, is in Key Wisdom Tarot. Key is in Reiki, is in universal energies. This is what you're going to be feeling. The universal energies, the key energies is what I'm going to be feeling. So this is why you're feeling afraid, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling like, oh my God, is this going to work out? Why didn't it happen before? And as I said, what you need to do with those feelings is respond to them, is meditate on them, is reflect on them, is allow yourself to come into that awareness that I have been putting up walls because I felt like I couldn't do this job, or because I felt like I couldn't be in a relationship, or whatever it is for you as an individual. Okay, so we're getting there's real engagement for you guys this month, Scorpio. There's real engagement with your emotional processes, with your and connecting that to your consciousness, connecting your emotional and energetic experiences, because they are different. Your emotional experiences and your energetic experiences, connecting that to your consciousness, your psyche, in a way that you can then connect to your physical self and affect the things that you manifest. So for those of you that are into law of attraction and karmic cycles and all that stuff, this is it's you making it, it's you doing it, helping it so that it happens, so that the changes come about. So if you want this healing to come about, awareness is what brings through the healing. And so be in that situation, step through that portal, take that step, hold that cup, feel the fear, and reflect on the fear. Consider the fear. Understand how the fear, the previous relationship, the previous situation, understand how that affects you now. Understand why that held you back. Understand the ways in which it's impacted on your spirit, your soul, your happiness, your health. Okay, I'm leaving it there, my darlings. I hope you like this reading. Really spiritual reading. There's a few very spiritual readings, actually. In fact, they're mostly very spiritual this month. Very healing, very spiritual readings. For those people, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Now, your Reiki, as I said, you will receive your Reiki. It has been activated in this reading. In fact, on the very first card, it was activated for you guys. However, you will receive it at a time that's right for you. If you're not sure about it, if you don't understand it, check out that other video that I did, which explains how to receive your Reiki. And yeah, basically subscribe, like, share this video. Don't forget to check out the Key Wisdom playlist for all the extra little things that you and conscious meditations, etc., all the extra little snippets that I film, and also there's a pick a card reading which looks at love over the summer months. I'll be doing a love reading for all the signs for August, so keep an eye out for that. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe please, and followers of Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. You can check out I'll see you very soon with some new content and some new uploads now that me and Tiny are back to our 100% best. Okay, it's 7:45. I'm gonna go walk my dog. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, Scorpio. I'll see you all again very soon with your brand new reading for love for the month of August. Take care, my darlings. Bye.